have is that you're also fairly short range, so even if you knock down the Pantheon, any slows coming through from any Mumble members could be dangerous. But Hasmid again, trying to remain aggressive on the top side. The only worry I have right now from Saigon is, do you have too many things to play for? You have a Pantheon and Taliyah. You can get mid lane pressure, you can move that around the map. But if you move it towards one side of the map, how's the other side gonna look? Because you have two carries to play for. The Fiora, the Kalista, the pick coming through from the bot lane of Taki. It is going to be that set.
My word. So there's only 2 games of Fiora played by Hasmid all year long. He didn't win a single one of them. It is another game in a row, Gulborg. There's a champion locked in the side lane that can take over that side lane. That can push. I think the Lilia obviously wants to team fight just a little bit more. But the final lock-in here will be Kaiser in on Alistar. So zoom out. How do these compositions want to win the game?
There is definitely team fighting tools available to Mad Lions. That's how you win the game. You can already see the picture that you have. Chains of Corruption. Alistar that goes in. Ornn that goes in. But, not Velvet, but the Vex on top of it. But on the side of Saigon Buffalo, you have a few more tools. You have an early game through bot lane you can play for. You have a combo in the mid lane to try and shut down Nisqy. And you have a side lane win condition. It's very fluid in terms of what it can do, but I think if they are even and they straight up decide to team fight Mad Lions, they'll probably lose. So they have to play around some of the finicky win conditions they have in their team.
I also think
he's going to lose a lot of CS by just staring at it.
One thing I also just looked at, when you look at the damage profile of Saigon, a lot of physical damage. There's that chess game, or checkers as it were. I move my piece, you move your piece. And they're instantly disengaged. I think Unforgiven and Kaiser come off worse for wear. It's a 3-for-4. Teleport not available for Armored as the Weaver's Wall locks the Mad Lions in place underneath their tower. Taki stepping forward, a 2-man knockup. Balbeth comes in, first one Mad Lions, followed up by Nisqy as he arrives for the backup. A dive over the wall, the Void Rush manages to put BJ in trouble. Another! It's Mad Lions with 3. They're looking for 4, but Froggy is gonna flash over the wall! The Shadow Surge, as well as the Blast Code. Nisqy's gonna flash away from the threat. Volley continues to chase forward. Fear, Ghost, Scare, Otto's all that's needed. One more to go. Nisqy is going to get the kill.
And that's beautiful. That is as good as you could have played that as a Vex in that instant. Held on to it so many times with the ultimate. Waited for the summoner spells came out. First with BJ, then with Foggy. Brilliantly played.
Exceptional, and that was a tower dive that the Saigon Buffalo started. Look at the minimap. Nisqy's on his way. He's going to be late.
It's just such a good read, though. Like, even Alioya's movement here, if he gets CC'd up, he just dies instantly. But the fact he outplays it with the movement and the rest of the team manages to come together just means they win out on this play. And once again, waiting for the things to come through. Blast Cone, no longer available, but he's had the ultimate on him. So he's still going to get over the wall. And then in this instance, he's waiting for Kaiser to come around with the combo, but then he has the ultimate still applicable.
So nicely done. Flashing away that threat and Void, don't put you in risk. Anticipate the tower dive.
Now picture in picture, Riftel has been started up, and the rest of Mad Lions is coming in. Oh, well, here's the Mad Lions, the coaching staff. We're out on the Rift now.
That was a happier looking Mac. Rift Herald is stolen! Alioya! Steps up, 1,700 gold lead. Saigon Buffalo gift wrapped it.
But the problem is, since he can't get the deadly Lavender, he's actually not being able to pick up the Void lanes. Yes, he does get the Rift Herald, and of course that's really great. But he doesn't have that thing that makes Bel'Veth really suppressing once you get the Rift Herald.
At this point in the game, I think the aversion to
Rocky went for reset. He's faffing down towards bot side. Let's see how this goes again. So Brent haven't really been stacked up on the Rift Herald, so that's also a tool that they don't have available to them from Saigon. And I think it's just one auto attack that comes in with the smite immediately, and they're able to pick it up. And then is as you say, they don't want to just...
But they need the next few attempts to be successful.
Here they go. This is the tools we're talking about, though.
There's the stun from the shield vault into the seismic shove. The Aegis Assault comes out, and that's at least the first on the board for Buffalo, exactly the way you want to see it.
Exactly. That's what you still have available in your toolkit from Saigon Buffaloes, and they use it immediately in the mid lane. They know Nisqy did not have the flash, so he's an easy target. And this is the thing you want to continue to see them use.
600 gold is the difference between the teams. The exact combo that Gulborg talked about in Picks and Bans was land the Pantheon combo, then followed up with Taliyah, and that Thread of Volley will do the rest of the work, and it did. Armut, does he call the Forge Guard forward? Yes, that's number 1. That's number 2. It will be riposted as Alioya surges twice, 3 times. The knockup from the breath, but the damage isn't there just yet.
No, that's
Armut needs
brutal.
one more!
He's not gonna get it.
One more! least for now. There's no further follow-up by
does have an ultimate as well. You can see Froggy's making his way up on the minimap right now on the top side. Darcy just goes straight into the fog of war. Back to the mid lane. He's going into the fog of war.
Weaver's wall, the threaded volley! Froggy takes down Armut.
Yeah, but watch the cause for it at the same time as well, because while Froggy is getting down on the top side, they get the kill.
Teleport available, Mad starting it.
Yeah, but this is also where the Fiora is maybe not going to do as much as the Ornn is. Armut buying items though.
Teleport's coming in from behind. The Blast Cone's actually setting up multiple Mad Lions members. The Weaver's wall slows down the follow-up, and Froggy's firing rocks over the wall. A second and third kill of the fight, and Husmits left for dead in and amongst 4 Lions. All of a sudden, Froggy and Shogun are now dashing out the Shadow Surge once again from Nisqy. Froggy goes golden, and that's the fight for Mad.
And remember, Saigon had loads of win conditions, but the only one that wasn't that win condition was the team fighting. They opted into a team fight against Mad Lion. Shogun doing his best to kite it out.
And pow, 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 from that Royal Main Slow. Elyoya will get the flash from Shogun. More importantly, they'll get the Herald and the Lavender.
Unbreakable Diamond. You need to be challenger to compete here, though, so Mad Lions move up towards the Rift Hell, but they're not going to take it just yet. They're going to go for the recalls.
Ooh, obviously low hit points. Again, though, Gulborg, measured aggression. It's similar to their first Rift Hell. They got the kill, they left the Lavender behind. They had the eye and they used that. This time around, leave it. Hey, maybe you get another fight. Maybe for Mad Lions, SGB will flip a coin back into the pit.
Yeah, and it's such an unfortunate position as well, because Taki's ultimate just throws himself over to a blast cone. That puts himself into 4 members of Mad Lions. When Hazmat joins the fight, yes, he does get a nice parry, but you're all standing in Elyoya, who's picking up his passive, doing so much damage. Froggy is caught on one side of the wall, forced to flash over. Now he doesn't have flash to get away, and he just gets run down by the Mad Lions.
Something that we haven't necessarily said out loud, but you see demonstrated in that fight. The amount of combat mobility on this composition is shocking. All of the surges from Bel'Veth, headbutt, pulverize. You've got
rid of it, but now the response has come through. Really, right now, they're just buying time. Here's a pickup, though, they can look for.
That's instant flash into the cleanse, as well as getting away from the seismic shove. Armut's not going to find the knockup, and Saigon Buffalo find themselves a pick. That vision we talked about gave them the information to dive forward. But this is a 4 versus 5. Call the Forge Card's been used. Elyoya steps forward above and beyond, won't find the target. He's looking to fire out that Maelstrom. Continues to auto-attack Taki. In a 4 versus 5, Elyoya's that far ahead, it pushes Saigon away.
Yeah, but that's also just the stylistic between the two compositions. Great stuff from Saigon Buffalo. They see an isolated member, they commit immediately. Then it becomes a team fight scenario. You disengage, you picked up a gold, you've got some more breathing room, that's it.
And of course, in terms of the compositions, that replay is going to be exactly how the compositions want to play. You want the skirmishes, you want the kills that give you the time to play the lane. That is what...
So he stops him, and he's having none of that. You stop a AD, you're getting it. And that just comes in immediately. So despite good sidesteps, it's just not enough when they have everything to throw at an isolated AD carry.
If you want Game 5 to happen, spam Mark Ruffalo to help Saigon Buffalo. And again, once Elyoya steps forward, Hazmat and Shogun be so careful. The flash away from Husband gets him to safety. Elyoya, he needs that CC to land in order to fire out those auto.
They have a Varus that's unhit, and they have a Bel'Veth. That Baron, that's shredded. So you can never really keep it on boarded. You have to worry about this exact thing.
It's the darkness, it's the darkness, it's the darkness! It's full of fears, but the showstopper and the blast cone! That gets Taki out to safety for now. Taki stays alive for the Weaver's Wall to arrive. Nisqy will be backed up with the call of the Forge God, but nobody from Saigon dies just yet, until just a moment ago. 1, 2 members are down, but so far this fight is exactly what Saigon want. Multiple skirmishes, multiple fronts. Unfortunately for them, they're too far down.
Oh, they're not done.
All of a sudden, the Grand Starfall comes out. They're jumping on to Ornn. Kaiser's looking for the hop over the wall. Unforgiven needs to get into range. Armut is staying alive just long enough for Unforgiven to arrive. But the seismic shove and the shield vault will force the flash out. Now Kaiser's the next to fall. Saigon ace match!
BJ, you absolute giga chat! What a play to come through with! And it's through the mid and jungle combo that they picked up from the drafting phase. This Petalia and Pantheon is really paying its dividends.
Multiple skirmishes, multiple 2v2s. That is how this composition shines.
Exactly, and it looks so good for Mad Lions in the beginning, but they also overextend their welcome. As soon as they take the fight under the enemy turret, that's where it becomes really difficult to fight. You can see they want Shogun but they don't get the damage on him immediately. That forces Alioya to get on the turret. It forces him to get picked up by BJ, and they use so much time on the top side of the fight here to try and pick out Taki. Then they get isolated, and that's the big one. Once again, they see a lone little Ornn, and BJ punishes immediately, but we're not done. Out of the replay we go.
Fight, fight, fight! Alioya, above and beyond, onto Taki, gets pulled backwards. He's the sacrificial lamb. Look at the minimap, look at the minimap. The rest of Saigon Buffalo are pushing the mid-outer turret. This will be the third of the game. This will be Loud versus Dead FM. And look at this game.
Oh, here they go again.
The scale of 4,000. Unforgiven gets jumped on. The cleanse is popped. Alioya will find the knock-up. Chain of Corruption is not going to be able to hold them in place. Alioya's looking for it onto BJ. Gets the summoning heal. The heal right, rather. Stays alive. It's a smite rather.
Nisqy,
Now all of a sudden, Nisqy jumps forward. Not going to be able to find a kill just yet. Nobody's died. Nobody's died.
But here comes the re-engage with the ultimate.
Taki pulls him backwards. BJ once again. Knocked up into the air. Nobody's died. Finally, Hasmet gets one at the cost of his own life. The seismic shove takes down Armored. Saigon Buffaloes win the fight.
Everything says that Saigon Buffalo shouldn't win this team fight, but I don't give a damn. They're doing it anyway. And so much credit has to go to Bean that just instantly see a play, goes for it. The rest of the members comes around, and then Taki on the re-engage on the set with Hasmet giving his life to find the fight.
Like I said, I got a feeling that tonight's going to be a good night. The Saigon Buffalo feeling it too. Look at that engage. I cannot believe BJ stays alive for as long as he
I
does.
genuinely thought he was just going to die here, Mad Lions. We're going to pick up the Baron afterwards, but BJ stays alive. The Gold Ring are paying its dividends in that fight. Nisqy comes through. Had this connect on BJ, he would have gotten the reset. That would have been the fight. That would have been probably the game over. Does not happen. Cannot one-shot Froggy, and now it becomes such an extended fight with Hasmet finally coming through. He's not used a single thing, and because of that, they're able to get at least one, making it two afterwards with Armored dashing in.
That is one of the hardest team fights I have ever cast in my career, with the amount of everything thrown in at the middle lane. Soul is available in just a moment. Weaver's wall will lock Mad Lions inside the pit. The Starfall comes in, 3,000 hit point. Burger flip, burger flip. Who gets the smite fight? It's picked up by Alioya and the Mad Lions. They kill BJ. They kill Froggy. And now they're looking for Shogun and Taki at the pressure. Hasmet is pushing the ball. Maybe it's backed away. He's backed away.
It could have been the play. BJ steals that. That's Fiora just currently in a position to end the game if the rest of them can stop the ports. Unfortunately, that's not the thing we're actually seeing. And Mad Lions, they managed to pick up the Baron and later the team fight.
Alioya, as well as Unforgiven, pushing the tower in the middle lane. Nisqy pushing the tower in the top lane. Just as Saigon bring back the deficit, the Baron is secured and Mad Lions once again retake control.
And this is going to be the big one, because this is where you open up the base. This is where you push Saigon Buffalo out of the map. You can start taking the objectives. Start picking up the camps. Hasmet looking.
Fate's Call is available. If Taki gets close enough, that can work. Hasmet is chunked down. Forced to run. That's Armored flashing forward. Won't find the knock-up. The breath is bellowing, and Alioya needs to dash away to safety. That's Surge buying time. 4 members of Saigon Buffalo on the steps, and the fight will fizzle there.
And somehow, some way, Saigon Buffalo, they managed to defend their base. Teleport's coming through from Nisqy now in the mid lane to stay on top of the push. Let's have a look at how this Baron actually unfolded. BJ comes in early at 3k, but despite that, there's still a lot of AoE, and the smite comes down at 1500. Anticipates the damage is going to be a little larger from the Q. He does not get it, and after that, it's an easy pickup from Alioya. Lions is going to put their attention now on the top side. BJ, you might actually be caught. You do have a flash, maybe forced to use it.
Holding on to it for now. Well, the Forge God comes out, knocked up into the air, knocked up once again, knocked up once again. Give BJ some frequent flyer miles. He's about to get status. Teleport is coming in from Hasmet. The showstopper delivers Taki to the back line to disrupt, dissuade, to disguise the fight. BJ still alive as Hasmet's now the next focus. He manages to dash forward to the riposte. 2 kills for the Buffaloes. Armored, and Alioya will at least get one in reply. As it stands, 2 members of the Mad Lions backing. 4 Saigons live.
How good is BJ on this Pantheon? He's making it look disgusting. Disengages the fight by so much time with the stopwatch. The rest of the team comes in. 1 TP from Hasmet. The combo afterwards with Froggy. Ultimate in the backline. Taki.
Oh my word. He's got a flash available to him. Not going to need it just yet. Look at the mini-map support. Not going to come in until this moment. Froggy, Weaver's wall forward, but will Elyoya have the damage? That's a flash over, and Taki gets taken down. Now onwards escape with his life. The seismic shove is surged away from Elyoya, gets a donation.
These fights are so tense. It just feels like one mistake is going to be what makes and breaks them. At this point, it just feels like it comes down to execution. And it kind of just has to as well, because despite all of it, Saigon Buffalo is the team who's feeling the pressure. They are the team that's getting pushed in, and they are the team that has to team fight their way out of it. In a situation where they shouldn't be able to have the better team fighting, they do it anyway. BJ with the Morph Mortius, the Gorgeringer keeping himself alive, flashes out, and then look for the re-engage instantly as you see how everyone gets split apart by a great disengage by Taki. Has the ultimate to bounce forward as well, and once again they find an isolated AD carry. Hasmet is doing so much, 1 versus 3, has to give up his life for it, but he's already bought so much time. His other people around.
Taki is in some trouble. Elyoya's waiting for the engage, and waiting for the horn. And waiting for the horn, holding onto it for now. Here comes Froggy from the side. Elyoya is fighting with Hasmed. Now Elyoya's got that flash. May just need multiple mad lines jumping onto Hasmed. He's about to fall, and he does! But Taki jumps forward. Can he save the rest of Saigon Buffalo? Froggy may be the next target. He's buying some time in Golden State, but here comes Elyoya from the flank. Mad Lions may have just done it. Mad Lions are crushing the Buffaloes in the mid lane.
BJ still alive. Gorgeringer available potentially. No, it's not going to be enough. And Elyoya, only one against the Shogun, flashes away. Elyoya chases. It's not going to matter much. The rest of Mad Lions, they're charging towards the enemy base.
Look at the mini-map. 2 inhibitors down. 735 days ago, Mad Lions failed to advance from play-ins. 400 days ago, Mad Lions won a best of 5. And today, they eliminate Saigon Buffalo. And Mad Lions will face the Evil Geniuses for a shot at the group stage. The Nexus is about to fall. And they're taking their time to finish it out. Mad Lions eliminate Saigon Buffalo.